being late for things all the time, having a hard time reading things, like that kind of thing. I'm just like, no, not really. And people saying that you're lazy and that you're not motivated. It's like, no, I'm motivated. I did good in school. Like, so many things. It's like, I don't really feel that. And then with autism too, like some of the time when I look at different autistic people, I'm like, oh man, like they seem to really have certain severe traits, right? Like people will talk about specific things about sensory experience and also like meltdown experience. And I'm like, whoa, like that sounds really intense to deal with. That sounds really tough. And I think about my own stuff and I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's not that bad. Like maybe I'm wrong. But I mean, people have different levels of the traits. So it's not that, oh, I really did go the wrong way. Oh. Yeah, you could have more severe in certain areas and less severe in others, of course. So that doesn't really say too much. And I think that, like, autistic people struggling in school, especially, is something that I think is a lot of times common and could be because of, like, communication difficulties and the learning style that the person has not matching what's being given to them. Like, especially if you're a really visual thinker, that can be great in so many ways, but maybe at school, a lot of the time, you weren't really being taught that way, so it put you at a disadvantage. Whereas I do verbal processing. Like, I think my thoughts are in words. Not, like, definitely not pictures. I need words to make sense of things. I use words like that. And I have trouble, like, remembering an image. Like, I can remember where things go. I can remember the way things look, and I can immediately identify, like in my home, I can immediately identify, like, if something's not in the place where it should be. But, like, something I think of is, if you have to rearrange the furniture in a room, can you picture how it's going to look with the furniture in the new arrangement? Because I can't really. I really have to do it and just see it to understand, even if it's going to work, like, I would have to just do it to understand that. And I think it could be related also to being, like, getting lost. Because I don't really have a concept of where I am compared to where other places that I know are. Like, I think my husband definitely does, like, because he doesn't have to know what street he's on. He'll know what way he's going. And from that, he'll know, well, I know the water's over there, or I know, like, this street is over there. Like, he knows where other landmarks are that don't have to do with where we're going or anything, compared to where we are. So to me, it's like, is he, like, picturing a map in his head and he imagines where we are on the map? Because in my mind, it's completely different. Like, the way I remember a way to get somewhere is purely with the street names. I will memorize a list of street names and which way I have to turn. And with this way, if you miss your turn, or take a wrong turn, then you're totally messed up because you just have no idea where you are. And even if you get yourself turned around, then you might be confused now about which way you have to turn, even if you come to one of the streets you know is one of the ones you need to turn on. Like, I get so messed up from this. But that's how I do it. That's how I remember things. I need words, names. That's how my mind works. And I think in school, that helped me a lot. Like, playing to my strengths. And also sometimes, I wouldn't rely on my memory, and I would do the cramming the night before. Like, I know my memory's shit. A lot of the different things that people say is like a hack for ADHD. I'm like, yeah, no shit. I've been doing that for years. Like, write things down, set multiple reminders. Yeah, I know that I'm not going to remember things. And just because I've been somewhere before doesn't mean I remember how to get there. Just because I've, like, cooked something before doesn't mean I remember how to do it. I'm going to have to refer to those instructions again. Like, probably quite a few times before I'll start to remember. Like, I know not to rely on my working memory. Anyway, I think I probably rambled on long enough, and I'm going to shut her down for now while I traverse this part of the trail. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Heat out.